South Island, New Zealand. Previously on Ghost Towns of the South Island, New Zealand, Episode 1, we visit the ghost town of Waiuta and also Blackwater and Blackwater's Court.
We are here at the first ghost town of the season, Waiuta, and we are currently at Blackwater School. So we have a quick look down here. Wow, it's like an old generator room down here. Now what do we have here? Bit of a old mine shaft or something. Didn't say. Let's have a little look, see. Wow, here we are. There's one deep swimming pool. Hi explorers, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to Ghost Towns of the South Island, New Zealand, Episode 2. We're here at Denniston today, and we're going to check out this historic site that opened and started using this railway cart behind me here in 1870 and stopped just shy of 100 years in 1967 of the incline here, and it did carry on for a while after the road was put in. We'll have a little bit of a look at this historical site and see all we can find here at this awesome ghost town. So, check explorers and ghost town seekers, we'll get to it. Let's go. So at the top of the incline here, and I apologise for any wind sounds, pretty much this was a straight drop. There was two inclines and went down, I think, was it Coal Creek, correct me, I'll have to have a look at that again, at the bottom down here, and it was basically had a cable cart system where it had two. A descending cart would counterweight and make another one go up. Here's some original old footage I found online to show you the carts and the system in action. So you can see it going down. Here's a hook where they would hook it on, lower the cart on their drum brake lowering system that would lower one cart down and one up. Basically a counterbalance system. It should go away over the edge and off she goes. That's pretty much what they did for just about 100 years. These are pulleys that I'll show you in a moment, and down she goes. If you want to watch this video in full, it can be found on YouTube on the New Zealand Archives website on YouTube. Just search Denniston and you'll be able to watch this video where I'm just showing you a small clip-it so you can see how it functioned. And here it is, arriving at Coal Creek at the bottom and lowered down, ready to be carted off on rail to Westport to then get sorted to go around the world. So here's one of the carts here. Once it got to the bottom they would sort it and it would go on rail to Westport, and most of the incline here is gone, but some of it is here, basically ends there. If we go up to the edge here, we should be able to have a little bit of a look down the edge. It's pretty much a sheer drop from down here over here. And why did I take the cliff way? Oh well, just have to do a parkour. Oh. There we go. Right, so we'll go down and have a look as far as we can to the edge where it drops off to the incline or descent. Right, that's the end of the line for me. Wow. So apparently if you look hard, you can see parts of track. I don't know if you can on the camera, but down further down here, there are parts of track down further and further and further and further all the way down. Bits of track are still there. There's a bridge down here. And I might just give you some footage from the phone to look at. Right, so phone can zoom in. There we are. So that's it pretty much down there. Look at that view of the rugged west coast. Isn't that just amazing? So yes, here's one of the carriages here. We'll go down on the cable cart system. You have to excuse me from puffing, I just walked up that hill. So here's where the cables would have come out here, the runner there, for tying on the carts so it's descending up and down. Here's a pretty cool picture from back in the day. So this would have been the loading area for the coal. And reading a bit of history, in 1912 a man was run over by one of these carts and had to have both legs amputated off below the knee. So we've got a rusted old cart over there, we're going to have a bit of a look. You hear some whinging. We bought the naughty little puppy today and he is excited, but he is annoying all the other people in the public. And he is whinging and tugging while I'm trying to film. We've had to leave him here for a moment and he cries. He is a boy, but he's acting like a little girl. So if my filming gets a bit toey, I've got this annoying dog. He is an awesome dog, but he is annoying when you're trying to film and he is too excited about walking. He takes after me, he is excited about exploring. We'll have a little bit of a look around what we can see here. There is lots of mine audits and entrances and old houses. There was a bit of a town. There's a town at the bottom, also a town at the top. We'll have a little bit of a look at some of the housing. Backshut and donkey winch. And this would have been where we are right here. You can see the rock wall in the picture. Rock wall here. That's cool. So we've got an old photo here. There's some old workers and one of the carriages that we just looked at. And the workshops and that would have been up here. A very old one by the look of that. So there was a village and people lived on the top and on the bottom. And back before the road was actually put in to get up here, people had to hitch a ride on the coal carts to go up and down the hill to get up the top up here. And there's a village at the bottom and Coal Creek, and that's where they did the loading and the sorting of all the carts once they come down. So basically we are on top of a large, you could say, mountain. They did dig into the mountain quite deep, and it was full of some of the best coal produced in the world. And the Westport at the time was the main port of New Zealand, which is not far from here. And they would then cart to railway to there and port it all overseas and all around the world. Now let's see if I can do a one-handed climb up here. One hand, because I'm holding the camera for you. Nearly slipped. Piece of cake. So here we have one of the bases of the floors from one of the factories used to produce coal. A couple of chimneys and stuff there. At this stage I'm not sure what they would have been used for. And what appears to be a large chimney. Look at this old wagon wheel here. There's some sort of hydraulic on it with a look, or that could be a drum brake. Not too sure. There's another one over here too. Let's have a look at this one over here. It's pretty awesome. As those young fellas said over there, if you heard them, looks pretty sick. And look at this big contraption that would have been turning. Would have been the, it had drum brakes I read, so there's no way I can probably turn that whatsoever. Not at all. That is pretty cool, alright. Right, so up here, these are some of the cable carts that they've run with these buckets here, as well as the railway carts that they would cart up and down. And we also have ruins in this direction of one of the workshops. yet to discover. What I find, if I research a place too much before coming, it takes the element of surprise and fun of the explore. So here we are. So I sort of come, figure it out, and add anything afterwards that we need to, any information into the video, voiceover or whatever is required. Otherwise it's just not fun. If you already know what you're going to look at, you need the element of surprise. I did read this one up a little bit. The element of surprise is the best part about the explore. Like this building over here. I've got no idea what that is. And going over to discover it and have a look would be a lot more fun than going, I know what that is, I researched that. So I'm parked oddly, so let's drive over there and have a look. So right, this is this building here, and it's kitted out with CCTV, which is good because it's protected by DOCS, this building, Department of Conservation. A few history signs and stuff here of this old structure. And another CCTV and another CCTV. That's good, that's not bad. So we have an old photo here. Look at these old chaps having a pint. And they got their dog, Jack Russell or something like that. We have an old house from some of the village people here. And look, they're playing a bit of bowls or croquet or whatever, petanque or whatever that might be. Look like lawn bowls, not too sure. And we have a rugby team here from 1898 to 1899, rugby team for the year. And that's a volunteer fire brigade. So this town, I believe, it had, I think it was 1,500 people, I think I read. Has now less than 10. Had a lot of housing. So here's an old chap, probably going to ride down the cart. And that's probably more like, oh, that was 1967. So what do we have here? Looks like they're doing a bit of logging. That's probably where we were before. There's a bit of a closed off hole. I did see. And I've got a crane here, loading the wagons into place. Here we are. Here's the town at the bottom of the Denniston Incline. There's the railway track there, going down and around. By the looks of it, probably comes down from this direction, I'd say, and goes that way because I don't see a big incline going down there. I can't see. Oh no, there it is there actually. It's down the hill. That's the gravel road that is now a tar seal road that we came up today, which caused it to close down. This is a shift of some of the miners. This is possibly a different mine here. It says Waratier or something, Faratier. Yeah, not too sure how to pronounce that. Probably pronouncing it wrong. Oh yeah, so this is above Denniston, where we are, up in the snow. That's one of the snow camps there. Some of the chaps there. Yeah, so a lot of history here. This is in 1913, all the townspeople here. So I don't want to bore you with too much of this photo stuff. Some people really like it, some people just love the action, the explore. So we are here. So you can see there was a whole town here, all the way up. Now I believe the Denniston school building is still here, and it's a museum. So we will have a look and see if that is here. We have workshops here, I think, where we were before. Look at this big mound of coal here, being mined. So, the town supply dam. So it was a big establishment at one stage, and this is, I'm not sure if this is the upper or lower Denniston. I think this is the upper. There was roads up there, but the only way up at one point to get to the roads was up the railway, where they used to cut everything down. It's the only way up. Again, we are here, so we're in this structure here. There was a post office here, a school here, a church, some factories, quite a lot of buildings around here. Right, so we'll carry on to the next cool thing, which looks to be right here. So here's an old building that would have been here at some point, now gone. Rusted out by the looks of it with the iron. Would have been from the roof. What have we got back here? Some brick structures from a brick building back here. That looks like an old chimney structure from a building. Yep, that's the outside of it where the water runs off from the roof line. There you can see at the end of the flashing, will have flashed to the feet of the roof. And a wall here. Oh, mushy, mushy, mushy. So we actually have some people that are camping here. This might be their property. Unsure at this stage, but we'll have a wee look. It looks like campers. But more structures, more structures, more structures. More over here, more over here. We won't go into the people's camp. I'm not sure, there are still some properties owned here. So someone's staying there, whether they're staying there legally or not, who knows. Next thing to look at, let's go. Rightio, explorers and ghost town seekers, we're going to go for a little bit of a walk, tiki tour around and have a look at some of the housing and the school, which is a museum I believe, and some of the other structures around here and see what we can find. It is busy with tourists. I walked my dog for a ride and he's playing up today because he hasn't had a walk all week because it's been raining. So anyway, I'll see you soon when we have a look at some more cool old buildings. Cheers. So we have here a really cool looking, it's a resident house. They've got a really cool old van here. But this is a lived in one, which is really cool. It means people are still living up here. So here we have an abandoned house on the top of the hill. It is mostly fallen down, and we have bees. So the land is kept by the landowner who's using it for bees. Come on dog, away from the bees. Oh, and I'm not sure about this one. There's less floor than floor. Oh, okay. I don't know if I'll be using this as an entrance. Might be not too much to see in there. Well, the dog's pretty happy to go in there. Oh, and the dog's happy to go through the floorboards too. I really don't know about this one. See what we can see. Oh well, the dog can be the test. That will make up for him being annoying earlier. Got the fireplace in there. Not too much here. It's relatively got newish beams in there actually, piles I should say. Step to the side. Not the strongest floorboards, but seems to be holding up okay. I really don't know about in here. I don't know if this is rotten decay or burnt, but we have a really old fridge. I don't even know about walking on this floor in all honesty. So far so good. Oh, we have an old, I don't know if that's a shack lock or not, but an old coal range. Lost me for a second what that was. I should know that. Seems solid enough, this part of the floor. I mean, it's got a roof over it, but who knows? Don't want to fall through and break a leg. Definitely one of the more sketchy ones. How much further back does it go? I see we have a bathtub in there. bath in there. The people probably go to the bathroom. We have an old speaker there. Bathtub. Back door porch area. Oh, look, an old oil heater there. Some whiteware appliances. Looks like a few washing machines. 3 washing machines. The tag. Very rotten floor here. One of the more rotten houses I've probably seen. I probably feel more safe going out here and back through that house because that floor was so sketch. The outside, it would have been original weatherboards like this. The train here would have rotted away, and we've got some gorse. So try and navigate through. I think I'd rather navigate through the gorse, to be honest, than walk through that floorboard. We have a bit of a shed here, an old trailer here, suitcase here. Not much left of the old trailer. Of a home-built job. It's had the coupling cut off with a grinder, by the looks of it. Someone liked jarring stuff up. Got some jars here. Some car door skins here. Not a bad looking home. Would have been amazing back in its day. I'd say it's the late 1800s, which is when everything was built around here. Right, so just have a quick look around the side of the house here. There's an old window frame here. And, oh, actually there's, would have had a big terrace on it. Wow, okay. I didn't come into this as the part I couldn't access from the inside because it had no floor. I mean, look at it, it's mostly fallen down now. You wouldn't want to go in there. I mean, the paint even looks rusty and it's wood. It gives you an idea of decay. So we're in the backyard here. But yeah, that is pretty cool. Let's have a look in the window there. That is cool. That's the area we didn't go. As you can see, it doesn't really have a floor anymore. The weather conditions are very harsh up here. And that was the back door area we looked a moment ago, where it had a number of washing machines. I think it was 3 possibly washing machines. And we actually have an old sprung, what do you call that chair? Armchair with inner springs in it. Very cool. We'll see if there's any other houses up here, and then we'll go down to the bottom of where the incline ended up and have a look at the village down there. Right, so I've found the outhouse. It's an outdoor toilet. Here it is here. It must have been so awkward to use on the side like that, but oh well, each to their own. It may have even been under the roof here as an outhouse and laundry area, which is now collapsed in. Wow, so we have some ruins here of an old factory. We have it, I don't know if you can go in there. Is there anything in there? Let's have a wee look. I don't think so. No, just dirt. It smells terrible. Dirty old dirt. No. Don't like the smell of that from the coal that was in here. I'd almost turn the gas detector on in there. Wow. So over in this direction we have a whole factory. So here we have the base of a factory floor. A factory that's mostly caved in here, that's now full of dirt and got grass growing in it, because it must have been a while ago, with burnt wood. So it has been a fire. It's got some boilers on the roof. There's a lot more to it around here. So we'll have a little bit of a look-see. So that's weird, that's all the area that's caved in with all the grass and stuff everywhere growing in there. But then we have this part of the factory here with very soggy ground. Wow, lots of windows along there. Ah, this was the Bathhouse building, because this is Bathhouse Road we're currently on. So this may have been, if that was a bathhouse, this was probably like a dining hall. You'd have a bath, have a bit of a feed, a bit of warm food in your tummy after working up here in the cold. Oh my goodness. Oh. Wow. So definitely not a dining hall, because there's lots of these ventilation things here. Now I don't believe, I'm going to cover my face because this could be possibly, maybe asbestos, I don't know. Let's have a look. That could be asbestos, but let's cover my face just in case. It's usually only a problem if the dust is being unsettled or it's been cut. So long as you don't kick up the dust from it, or heat it, or cut it, or disturb it, it's fine. There definitely wasn't a fire this bathhouse, that is for sure. Now, who's to say if it's a natural disaster or vandalism? Looking at all the vandalism here is very high. Look at it all. People have just punched and kicked holes in the wall while drinking their Woodstock, which is not a bad drop, but you got to handle your drink. And I like this one too, Dark Horse. Cheap, nasty, but tastes alright. Cheap enough. Yeah, $25 a box. Gets you halfway there. And then you end up drink driving and buy another box. No, we don't do that, but some do. Look, there's like a reception area here. Some shelving. A tag. Which always comes with the vandalism. If there's the tagging comes first, then vandalism comes afterwards. Bit of a toilet. Would have been a toilet or a hand basin in here. Hand basin. You can see that's from sticking a mirror on, and the mount brackets there from the brackets for the old hand basin. You can see the back of the hand basin marks there. That means that this would have been a toilet. Again, I don't know. It's hard to say when it's this vandalised. Looking at the style of the wood joinery, I would probably say that this building would have been too old before they shut down the incline for a roadway. This building I date it at 60s. This part, that part I date it much older. This part I definitely date it to the 60s. It's got a cool ventilation shaft there. I like the high ceiling in the middle. That is pretty cool. All in all, that's pretty cool. It's given a chance for the dog to run around and get all of his energy out, because he is just full on today. I usually walk him every day to every other day. He's not had one all week. I think I mentioned earlier. It was and has been raining, and this is just unbelievably soggy up here. My shoes must have holes because I have wet feet walking on this bogged ground. It's very, very boggy. We overdressed for the situation today. We got up this morning and it was about 5 or 6 degrees in our new home in the South Island where we've relocated ourselves, and put all the winter gear on. We get here and it's a beautiful sunny day. It's a little bit cloudy in areas, but it is warm. I'm wearing my woolly hat and it's hot. I'm wearing a t-shirt. Oh my god, that is so boggy to get up there. We might as well have a look up there. The photographer's gone up there, so we may as well have a look, get through this bog. Oh, it's horrible stuff. Ah, some machine parts. The grass is basically growing on all the rubble of the collapsed building that's burnt down. It's just rubble from the bathhouse. You can see the tanks there that would have held the water. There would have been boilers in here. Ooh, losing my footing a bit there. Let's have a look. Oh yeah. So that would have been either a water storage or for the boilers. You can see the pipe work. And that would have been that first thing we looked at over there. That would have actually been the boiler to heat all the water for the bathhouse. So you're up here, it's basically like camping. You're up here for work. You come up, you go to work, you work probably a 14-16 hour shift or something ridiculous like that. And you all come to the communal bathhouse, get warm, have a bath, wash all the coal off your body, and if you know, so you don't go home covered in black soot to your wives, to your little shacks. And you have, you know, something warm to eat. Is always unpredictable. The weather up here is either really windy, really rainy. It can change in a second. It's sunny now, in a minute it could be raining, and that's the environment it is here. But yeah, basically when the work stopped in 1967, everyone left. They all left. And I think it was, I can't remember exactly, I'll have a look. I did read, it's hard to remember all the information. It was either 1100 or 1500 or something like that. People lived here, now less than 10. 2 to 3 families here. Right, so let's see if the museum is open and have a look there. Right, so we're at the Denniston Museum, and I'm going to get muffled because I'm going to have to put a mask on because it's a public place. Wow. This would have been, I'm assuming, the coach. No, this is actually like an old bus. That is so cool. And being a museum, I don't know if we're allowed to go into it. Look at the size of the wheels. Wow, this is an old bus with wooden bench seats. Very old, very cool. At Bedford. Wow. Very old and very, very cool. I don't know if we're allowed in there. There's no sign saying you're not allowed in here. We'll just give you a little look in like that. I can't stand up in there. I'd have to crouch and go. It's very low for me. There's some machinery and stuff here. Oh, so that's a restoration of this bus. Very cool. And we actually have some of the coal right here. And we have a pretend mine here. So we'll pretend we're going in. Danger explosives. We're going into this mine. Going in underground into a mine. And this is what it would have been like. And I just gave myself a fright because I saw a horse. And I was like, whoa, there's a horse. We have some coal. It's real coal too. This is what they would have had, little torches like this. It's turning the light off. Little tiny torches like this. It would have been dark. That would have been what you relied on to work on in the coal mine. You'd have these wagons that they come out and get loaded until they fill a big one to go down. Oh, spec. Oh, this would have been the telephone area where you'd come in to take a phone call out of the noise. We have a phone here. What do we have in here? A bit of a writing desk here. You take notes. So it's an old wind-up telephone. So you have to wind it up to power it up to talk on the phone. We have a very, very, very big horse here, of course. and doesn't go any further, but using imagination, it would have gone back that way. Very, very cool. So we'll go back out of the mine, see what else we can find. That is cool. Very, very cool. And we've got more picture driving the bus. Hello there, school bus driver. So just realised there's a winch here showing how they would have winched out of the mine with one of the original motors here and drums. Denniston State Coal Mines. Right, let's look in the museum. And we have a urinal. Right, turn the camera off. I don't know if we allowed it on in here, but we'll go in and have a look. Welcome to the museum here. This used to be a school here, which is now a museum, and the lovely tall lady here was just telling me that over here the girls would learn to do the cooking here, and the boys would do the woodwork down the other end. So the ladies would come in here and learn to cook on these coal ranges, on these shacklocks, and do their cooking, and a bit of a dormitory set up, and we have a nice fireplace there, some nice coloured glass at the other end, and at this end, this is where the boys would have learned to do their woodworking. Hello, sir. We have an old air-powered organ here. You would pump the pedals here to create air in the lungs of the organ to play it. I'm not sure if lungs is the correct term, but that's what I'm using. And an old trumpet here. They probably did a bit of music in here too, I would imagine. We have got an old lantern here. Just lots of information that we'll just have a quick walk around, because a lot of this information is available if you look online on like Wikipedia and stuff like that. So we'll just give you a little bit of a walk around and just show you. There's lots of things to look at here. It won't look that clear on the camera to show you photos and stuff. Cool. What is that? Is that an old... That's not a commode. What is that? Oh, that's just a little cubby box. Look at the old furniture there. That's really cool. Wow. It's nice and cozy in here with the fire going in the schoolhouse museum. And here's a very, very large piece of coal. Look at that. That would be very heavy. Is it actually real? It's pretty cool. So we've got this large piece of coal here, and these original windows from the Presbyterian Church that are being repurposed here with beautiful coloured glass. Well, unfortunately, explorers, we were going to go to take you to the township, which is only available by track, but the track is closed, and it is 3 hours. We don't have that much daylight left anyway, so maybe that might be for another day. So anyway, if you guys did like this Ghost Town series, episode 2 of Denniston, Ghost Towns of the South Island, New Zealand, then please do remember to like and subscribe to the channel, and push the bell notification button and comment down below. And we will catch you on the next episode of Ghost Towns of the South Island, New Zealand, or on our next explore. That's all for today, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed this cool walk around Denniston. Forsaken Explorer over and out.
You got this shit knocking.